this talk of centralized digital currency. That's what they have in China. If you fuck up in China and you get a bad social credit score because you tweeted something they didn't like, now you can't buy a plane ticket. Now you can't buy a car.
Yeah.
Now you can't get a loan. Now you can't do something. You step the fucking line, and people self-censor because they don't want to be a part of that. Now they got you.
So as Joe Rogan points out correctly, central bank digital currencies are on their way. And yesterday, on the 20th of July 2023, FedNow was launched, the first step towards the US having a CBDC enabled. So this is potentially going to be a communist China move, something from an Orwellian script, and something we should be very much aware of. So in this one, let's cover the details here and also look at how people are trying to become more and more degenerate to make it out of the system. If you enjoy this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So US payments network FedNow goes live, reads the headlines here. Real-time payment system is the first big upgrade, it's being dubbed here. We move over to Wikipedia. The service launched on the 20th of July 2023, just yesterday, where banks will be able to build products on top of the FedNow platform. So the feds are going to be able to see exactly everything that you are doing, what you're spending your money on and where, and they're actually facilitating this. So instant payments with FedNow can accomplish many of the improvements for which a central bank digital currency was proposed. However, FedNow is not a CBDC because it is not a liability of the federal government. This is the infrastructure for this, and the CBDC is coming. It's not like they're laying the foundations here without having the CBDC come online later on. So let's not get it twisted. CBDCs are here, and we can see from this tweet thread here some of the issues with this. So this guy's saying, look, if your bank actually chooses to use FedNow, which a lot of banks have already aligned themselves with, then the US federal government will be able to have more control, more oversight, and have more detail on your finances. So he says every single transaction will get sent to a controlled credit account before getting it to its final destination. So you make a purchase on Amazon, so you take your bank or credit card, funds move into the FedNow credit account and then get passed on to Amazon there. So this does seem like a bit of overreach and actually stepping on the toes of private businesses in the US. As this points out, we already have instant payment services with Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, etc. So why is the federal government competing with the private sector? This is for more control, pretty plain and simple. So if you don't like this, the only way is to start to opt out. So if your bank is listed as one of these FedNow early adopters, you need to look for another bank. If people en masse move their deposits out of these banks and into ones without FedNow, this would obviously send home a really stark message. The likelihood is, though, people really don't care, and most people are actually oblivious to what is going on. This video was retweeted by Coin Bureau saying, look, this is how your social credit score would get linked to your person, having these kind of retina or biometric based scans for you to actually start spending your cash. A very, very dark and strange future we're moving towards. And as you can see, a lot of people are super compliant with this kind of stuff. When there's been like chips that people can get, so like a chip under the skin that people could get to enter businesses, places of work, that kind of stuff. Some people are well up for that. They don't care. They're like, take my privacy. You want me to give you a blood sample to enter the office? Yeah, fine, let's do it. So really, there is no way to rely on Joe Public to get us out of this mess. People probably aren't going to vote with their feet and move away from these kind of banks and stuff. The average person is very, very stupid. And as we're seeing more psyops here from the Fed, the Federal Reserve confirms the FedNow service has no connection with CBDCs. Definite psyops. CBDCs are coming. It is time to really opt out as much as you can possibly. There's a lot of infrastructure being built in the background, on-ramps, off-ramps, using decentralized debit cards, that kind of stuff. If you can take your life out of the traditional system and into a more Web3 ecosystem, you really have to do so before the gates get shut. Now, Bitcoin is not looking too healthy here, even though we have the only opt-out of the CBDC and zero privacy system. The Bitcoin standard, not looking too good here, but with the fact we have these big movements coming in CBDC world, why the heck is this not pumping like crazy? I think in the background, we're going to either have some big news release here that the US government has been selling coins very recently, a confirmation of that. Either Mt. Gox has been selling here in the background, or there is just one final FU to this market and there's going to be some form of blow up that we're going to hear about in the coming days or weeks. But it certainly seems that someone is in the know and just turbo selling coins for some reason. And I don't know if you guys have caught this kind of weird shit where people are pretending to be NPCs, non-playable characters in video games, and responding to others online. Just listen to this and just see what you make of this.
Don't keep entertaining. Thank you for the glizzies. Don't entertain this madness. We trying to truly help our son. Thank you for the cap off. No, listen to us. He's talking to you, Tish.
Quadruple glizzy.
Is he high? What's wrong with him?
Tell him. Tell your dad.
Thank you for the galaxy. Oh my gosh.
So it does seem that the generation behind us are absolutely screwed here, and they're participating in some weird shit online where they're getting obviously paid in these kind of emojis or whatever they are, these like power-ups, these XP points on these various like weird streaming games. I think they are converting these into cash and making some money off the back of this. What we can see from this is that the Metaverse thesis is definitely intact here. The Metaverse is going to have all of these people in this generation absolutely living, breathing, and doing everything within it. This is something definitely you've got to take note of into this cycle. I think Metaverse will get an ungodly pump, and you can see there is ripe adoption for the Metaverse as we see these average youngsters just being absolutely consumed by random bloody apps out there. Crazy times, kind of scary, but you've got to look past that and just say, look, how can we make money from the back of this? What are the opportunities in the markets? And I think Metaverse is going to be a major one. Now, further to this, human degeneracy is alive and well. Yesterday, you may have heard of hamster races of all things. Hamster GG was launched, and you can bet on virtual hamster racing here and watch it live on Twitch. And there's also a load of betting going on in the background, people putting down hundreds of bucks. You just choose one of the 4 hamsters and you pay in BUSD, and then you obviously get a return if your hamster comes in first. These are running like on an hourly basis here. We just missed the last race, but Hamster coin has gone from just $1 million yesterday when I first seen this up to 7 mil market cap overnight. So what are we seeing in the market here? Gambling is really taking hold. I think this speaks to the bigger picture. People are seeing not a lot of opportunities in the real world anymore. They're moving to online means to try and make money, maybe shouting thank you for the glizzy on some random damn app, or betting on things in crypto land on ETH mainnet. So Hamster coin absolutely pumping like crazy here. Funny meme, funny thing to happen, you know, hamsters being raced online, but this went up 7x over last night, which is just crazy. And what is the newest trend? It is the Telegram bots here on CoinGecko. Again, this is technically gambling. It's just people punting shitcoins via a Telegram bot utilizing Uniswap. Hence, Unibot is the #1. And when we look through these as well, over the last 24 hours, a load of these down massively as well, which goes to show that typically the best thing to do is just to bet on the market leader in any new sector. But this shows you that people are well and truly up for gambling on coins. 3,300 holders of Unibot so far. Then we have YOLO Nolo has just launched, 293 holders. And here is the chart of YOLO Nolo, or the Nolo token. It is just launched with a liquidity pool here on ETH. You can check it out on Dex Tools. I'll leave the contract address down below. But again, this will be Discord trading bots with spot, perps, and options to follow. I think the full launch of a load of the products and the perps and stuff will be next week. So we'll stay up to date on that as and when it goes live. But on view here, we have the full spectrum. You have on the left side of the curve, total control from US government, trying to control money through CBDCs and Fed now. And then to the right-hand side, we then have total unbridled degeneracy and people doing weird shit online for cash. Sparks of desperation, and I think this is why we're going to see some crazy movements in the altcoin market over this next cycle into 2025. I don't really see how you can be bearish with all the things we just shown here. People are more than willing to bet on absolutely anything. 7 mil market cap for hamster racing online. Imagine some of your fundamentally strong altcoin projects that have been beaten down 99%. I honestly think this is one of the best times to be giga bullish on crypto, as you can see from the thick blue line here at around 300 bill for total 3. So this is the market cap of altcoins. It excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is pretty much near the bottoms here. And it does feel like the tide is turning. We have the ETF coming. You have more acceptance of crypto as an asset class. We have a big upcoming narrative of the halving in 2024. You want to be positioned well before that. And look, we're still near the damn bottom. It's not like we're buying tops at this point in time. We're buying very much low depreciated prices of many assets. And so if there is a time ever to be telling friends or family to actually start buying some coins, I do think now is rather safe. Not financial advice as ever, things can go tits up in this world like we've seen, but if you're not bullish on crypto at this point, you're probably in the wrong industry. That is all for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, share the episode. Let's try and get the sub count up and get some good information out there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.